Shohei Ohtani will be paid $2 million a year.
Correct.
By the Dodgers for the first or the 10 years of this contract, and then he will be paid $68 million a year for the 10 plus years after that. So, and it counts, Curtis mentioned, it counts $46 million towards the luxury tax. So what that does is basically give, and Wiggy, I love you. You're ever the optimist. And I guess a lot of Red Sox fans are too. But it gives the Dodgers every single cent that they need to sign Yamamoto.
Right.
And then he can go where he's got a fellow Japanese superstar as his teammate and feels great about that, and is in L.A. And
right.
I mean, are Sox fans going to be pissed or not if the Red Sox don't get Yamamoto?
I think we're unfortunately heading towards apathy.
No, I think they'll be pissed.
This was an off-season.
I don't think so, Curtis. Like I don't know. I mean, how can you be? You have every opportunity in the world to go and get the guy, and you're not even top 3 when it comes to what insiders are saying are the teams that have the best chance at getting him. It's the Mets, it's the Yankees, and it's the Dodgers.
There were 10 people who didn't even want to interview for the vacant position to lead the baseball department. Why do you think that was?
That's what I was going to say. Do you think he doesn't want to come here, or do you think it's more the Red Sox don't want him?
No, I think that because the biggest thing was he wants to be with somebody he knows, and he played with Yoshida, and
he wants a lot of money.
Did he play on the Japanese team in the World Baseball Classic?
I don't know.
Because I'm
maybe.
not sure if he was teammates with Shohei, but I know he was teammates.
Curtis, you forgot to remind me to watch the World Baseball Classic this year.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Please remind me next year.
The WBC won't let me be. But I would say very simply, the reason why everybody of repute across Major League Baseball declined to interview was because they knew the Red Sox weren't going to spend, and they knew the guy that they had just fired did what he was hired to do, and they fired him. If people show you who they are, trust them. The Red Sox are using this as an ATM machine to fund all their other expansive Fenway Sports Group properties. That's what they're doing. The fact that John Henry, and this is according to, I think, Jeff Passion, Wiggy, that it wasn't just the Dodgers where Shohei was negotiating this form of a contract. So if you're John Henry and you have the opportunity to pay $2 million out of pocket the next 10 years for the biggest star maybe in all of sports to pitch and to hit, and you say no, then you're not in on anybody. I mean, tell me somebody that would not have been more perfect for Fenway Sports Group than Shohei Ohtani coming to Fenway immediately, one of the biggest stars in Boston, picking up the void the Patriots have left.
Yeah.
And now you're sitting here, and what's the star?
In the Twitch chat, Up to Camp says, Greg, the player has to also want to be here. I understand that, and Curtis is making several important points about that. Maybe when it comes to Yamamoto, he doesn't want to be here. I don't know. That whoever that is in the Twitch chat, Up to Camp, goes on to say that they believe Ohtani did this specifically to get him, Yamamoto, to go to the Dodgers with him as well. I mean, that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to settle for $2 million a year, essentially, and then get your money on the end so that they can go out and get guys, you would think that the obvious choice is Yamamoto from the Dodgers' perspective.
And they were teammates, and there was I guess there was an article, in September in the Boston Herald, but they pretty much played most of their baseball together growing up, so they were teammates for a long period of time, Yoshida and Yamamoto. And maybe part of some of the stuff that he says that he wants to play with other Japanese players, what better way to be able to say, hey, listen, come to Boston, we'll pay you this money, and you get to play with a guy that's been here, that knows the city, knows the area, knows the franchise, and that should give these Red Sox the advantage to do that as long as they're willing. And I don't know why you wouldn't be willing to open up the checkbook, especially if there might even be that small little bit of he might do what Shohei did and deferred some of that money.
So he's going to, when Major League Baseball sources say that the deal to get him is now $300 million, not including the posting fee.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about a 10-year deal, right? So they're talking $30 million a year for Yamamoto.
Yep, he's 25 years old. And Lou, I think he reposted a video of this kid throwing the baseball, just like he was just looked like he was just throwing like a bullpen session. And I mean, he's got some gas. And if you could get a guy,
talking about Greg's mugshot or Shohei.
Think about what the Red Sox organization has been able to do when they've had guys like Pedro. They had guys like Kurt Schilling, like pitchers that were at the top of their game and the top of their league. And if they're saying that this kid is going to be the next great thing, why wouldn't? And he's only 25 years old. Why wouldn't you do that?
My question is, if you're not spending money, why did you get rid of Chaim Bloom? I mean, everybody says he's done a good job with the farm, right? I mean, they're in the top 10. So why would you change the person running your baseball department?
And I think people would be extremely pissed off, Greg, if they're not able to get Yamamoto because of some of the things that I said. And I think a lot of people are not as mad with Shohei because of how much money it is. People are like, wait, that's way too much money.
It is too much for him. I guess it doesn't matter because you're the Dodgers and you're playing in a big market and you're able to defer that money. So who knows? Curtis said earlier,
pretty big market here.
Yeah, but you don't know what the value is of the franchise in 10 years when you have to start paying that.
But it's $300 million too much for a guy like Yamamoto, and I don't think a lot of people would say it is.
But here's the issue I have. So Chaim Bloom's gone. Fine. I mean, whatever. He's a dime a dozen in my view, but he was doing a good job for what he was hired to do. Now Alex Cora is dictating the offseason where you trade Verdugo. We agree, right? Verdugo and Cora didn't like each other. Cora is a lame duck manager, happy to enter the free agent managing pool at the conclusion of this season. So what if Cora then leaves? Then you're just stuck with Breslow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the direction of this organization? And they're flush with cash. Why aren't they spending it?
Yeah, I think it would be a major, major disappointment for fans if the Red Sox are not able to get this guy.
Because that's the last big splash we could do right now. So what's the point of bringing in a new guy like Breslow if you could have just kept Chaim Bloom and you're doing the same thing that we've been doing the last couple of years?
Yeah, like bringing in these, like you said, pieces that they're not moving the needle in any way.
And I'll tell you why, and it goes to further question it, because Cora didn't like him. So Cora wins the power struggle. They get rid of Chaim Bloom. Cora's leaking to Bob Nightingale that he's being wooed by these other teams. He's going to make $10 million a year next year as a manager. The Red Sox enter the season with Cora as a lame duck. What? Like, they're rudderless. Like, I don't know what they are or where they're going.
Unless they're in it, and Major League Baseball insiders just don't know that they're in it. I mean, John Heyman is pretty legit. So when he says right now it's Mets, because the Mets got rid of all that payroll, so they have gobs and gobs of money. Yankees.
Right.
And Dodgers.
Right, but they
Red
also
Sox.
said Shohei was headed to Toronto, a baseball guy.
I didn't like that was.
I think everybody bought that.
I think that was his agent getting more money out of the Dodgers at the end of that deal. That's exactly what.
Yeah, but then we all think.
Okay, so the Yankees.
But he was Wiggy. He was told that by the agent of Shohei Ohtani. He was lied to. It wasn't that he was creating it out of thin air.
No, I'm not saying he wasn't created. I'm just saying that report was out there. So Unless there's a report that says the Red Sox are not in on Yamamoto. If there's,
I understand that
there are a ton of reports.
They could surprise everybody.
No, they can't surprise. There are a ton of reports out there, and we talked about them that the Red Sox top priority is Yamamoto. You could Google.
So why were the Yankees visiting with him in Los Angeles yesterday, and the Red Sox aren't?
Oh, maybe they're going to visit with him. later on in the week. I don't know.
And I would say just to correct Greg, I don't think Heyman's as legit. He's kind of a mouthpiece for Boris. I would say Passan is the most. If there's one guy I trust, it would be Jeff Passan.
So why? And I think and I don't know if Passan had it, but there are a lot of people, Curtis, that had top priority for the Red Sox is Yamamoto. Now all of a sudden they're no longer in on him when their main priority is this guy.
Yeah, I think that the way in which Ohtani shaped his deal with the Dodgers was done as a sort of a joint project with Yamamoto. Until I see otherwise, that's what I believe.
Jeff Passan.
Right, and he's not passionate about it.
Mm-hmm. Was Yamamoto invited to the party?
He's more than welcome. I would
He
love
is,
to show
okay.
him how great Boston is, and
Maybe Jackson can drive him over.
Yep.
Yeah, Jackson will be like our Kelly Olynyk.
This is Johnny in the car. Hello, Johnny.
Hey, you guys sound like a bunch of dummies. The Red Sox are meeting with them this week. I mean, just update your feeds.
Wiggy
Yeah.
right again.
Where'd you hear that? John Henry?
MLB just sent it out about 30 minutes ago.
Oh,
but
okay, all right.
See, and I had said
Done.
it later on in the week. I said it.
Oh, maybe he'll be in town for the party.
Yeah,
Maybe he will.
because that's been their biggest thing that they've been putting out there, or at least the reporters, the baseball insiders have been talking about. That's their top priority, and the connection of him and Yoshida being teammates for so long. You have the edge.
You know what, Greg? I have an idea. Maybe we should get John Henry to call in to talk about his plan and how he'll woo Yamamoto.
That would be great. Oh yeah, Mr. Baseball, Ken Laird just sent this out.
I would just like to correct the record, fellas.
He will meet with the Red Sox in the coming days.
Yeah, I just said that. Well, 3 minutes
You
ago,
did.
before anybody.
You did.
To
You
be fair,
asked
I
when.
wasn't listening.